Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I took a little bit of a break, but I'm back now, and this is our place to be plant-biased, to talk about all kinds of vegan stuff, comparisons, reviews, whatever. Today I have something really exciting. It's always exciting, but I have Oatly's yogurts. I have not seen these until just very recently, and I had to pick them up. I got all the flavors that they had in my store, which is awesome. So I have plain, I have black cherry, and I have mixed berry. So they're super cute. I mean, just to start, I mean, look at these little guys. They're so adorable. And if you've seen any of my other videos with Oatly products, you know that I'm obsessed. I love Oatly. I have not tried these before, but I love Oatly. Oatly started, I think it's a Swedish company, something like that, and they started as just like a brand for people who are lactose intolerant or like don't drink milk. Dairy milk, and it started as just kind of like a healthy, like a health food kind of product, but now it's huge and it's adorable and it's cute and we love it and it's all over the place now. I saw recently, I follow Jonathan Van Ness on Instagram, and he was drinking Oatly with his, or they were drinking Oatly with their coffee, and I just think that's so awesome that like Oatly is now this huge thing and we love it and it's amazing. So I had to buy their yogurts. I just had to. The only thing about these that I don't like so far is that they're kind of expensive, or they were at the like health nut store that I go to occasionally, which I love. I mean, it's a great store. It's just everything's really expensive, which is really tough because it's hard enough to find like good vegan products. And then you have to also take into consideration that a lot of them are more expensive than we want them to be. Obviously things like rice and beans, like they're vegan and they're not super expensive, but specialty products, they can be expensive. They can really like weed out a lot of people from trying vegan products, which is really sad because like everybody should be able to afford these things. But unfortunately right now for where we are, not enough people are buying them to warrant a lower price. So the more we buy these products and the more we show that we like them, the cheaper they're going to become. But right now they're kind of expensive. There's my tangent about capitalism and supply and demand, but let's try these. So I did another yogurt video where I compared a bunch of different kinds of yogurt. And if you watch that one, you know that I don't like gloopy yogurts. I like thick and creamy. I don't like something that has any kind of resemblance to Jell-O. I am not a Jell-O person. I'm very sensitive to textures, and so I don't like yogurts that are like coagulated. It's making me want to throw up just thinking about it, so I'm gonna stop thinking and talking about it. So we'll see. This one says non-dairy full-fat yogurt alternative. They're all probably very similar in their base. They just have different things added to them. It says no dairy, no nuts, no gluten. That's fantastic. One serving size is a container, calories 170, total fats 7 grams, but that's not saturated or trans fat, so I guess it's like the good kind of fats, which is great. Sodium 10 milligrams, so there's some salt in here, which is kind of odd, but maybe normal, I don't know. Total carbs 24 grams, dietary fiber 1 gram, total sugars 12 grams, so that's basically saying like there's 12 teaspoons of sugar in one of these guys, which it's a lot of sugar. Most yogurts have a ton of sugar in them because we as Americans are addicted to our sugar. Protein's 3 grams, which is great. There's calcium, there's iron, there's potassium. So cool. Ingredients. First ingredient is oat milk, and that's great, and it's not sugar, which is good. I don't know if you guys know this, but the first ingredient in any ingredient list is always the thing that there's the most of in that product. So because oat milk is the first ingredient in this yogurt, there's more oat milk than anything else in here, and you know, so on and so forth. It goes on after that. So then the second ingredient is the thing that's the second most involved in the product, that kind of thing. So oat milk, black cherry fruit jam. Oh, so there's like actual fruit in here, which is cool. You know, that has like pectin and starches and things in it. There's a little bit of oil, there's a little bit of potato starch, pea protein, potato protein, calcium carbonate, guar gum, tricalcium phosphate, locust bean gum, live active culture. So nothing that I can't really pronounce. It's all very normal for a dairy-free yogurt. Perishable, keep refrigerated. Please recycle. Awesome, will do. Has this little thing on the side here that shows you it's vegan and gluten-free and all other kinds of helpful things in 5.3 ounces. Okay, let me see if there's anything different on these. Same calories, pretty much same ingredients. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, pretty much very much the same. The mixed berry in here is blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. That should be fun. Oh yeah, both of these say fruit on the bottom. Duh. Okay, great. And then this is the plain one, which looks a lot like the carton of Oatly, which I think is just so cute. I just love it. I just love it. But this one actually is a little bit less in calories. This one is 160. This one's 170. It has a slightly more fat at 8 grams instead of 7. Everything else is pretty much the same, except they have less sugar. So this is 12 grams of sugar. This is 6 grams of sugar. So if you're going for the healthier option with the less sugar, you want to go with the plain. But pretty much same stuff. Look at that. So freaking cute. Okay, let's taste. Let's try the plain first. We have like a good control, you know? Ooh, okay, okay. So it's not gloopy. It actually looks very smooth. It's like pretty liquidy actually, which is interesting. It's definitely not like Greek yogurt. It's a bit more like Yoplait, or not even, because Yoplait even has some more consistency, I think. This kind of reminds me of like a really thin pudding, or it smells very vanilla-y. It doesn't smell like artificial or anything like some of the other ones do. It's like creamy colored, so it looks like a nice vanilla color. Also, it's definitely like thinner though. Like, so I would say this is not something, well, I mean, do whatever you want with it, but might be good for smoothies, maybe like a smoothie bowl or something. But kind of soupy, which is better than jello-y. Better than jello-y. Okay, let's try it. I mixed it all good. I'm one of those people that likes to keep my lid attached. I don't know if that's weird or not, but okay. It's definitely not sweet. Maybe I'm just used to something sweeter, but it's very sour. Oh, Oatly. Don't do me wrong. It's very sour, very tart, and it also has kind of like this yeasty taste to it. It's not enjoyable on its own. It's just not. It has almost like this grittiness, not grittiness, but it has like a, there's like something that was powdered in there that like didn't fully dissolve. Maybe like a starch or one of those gums. It's kind of like when you add cornstarch to a sauce to thicken it, but then, or flour, and it doesn't really fully cook off. It always leaves this like powdery like sensation on your tongue. That's kind of what I get from this. It's not enjoyable on its own, which is sad, but I would say, you know, if you need it for a recipe, if you need it for a smoothie, go for it. And it's also kind of hard to eat because it's so like thin, you know, so I shouldn't have done that because now I have to eat it. It's hard to eat because of its consistency, and it's not enjoyable on its own because it's super tart and it has that weird like powdery texture aftertaste, and a little bit of that like yeastiness, which culture is great, but I'm not interested really in that. So Oatly, I'm sorry. This is your one product I don't enjoy so far. It's not for me. I wonder if these are any better. So let's do the mixed berry first. Oh, and I bought these at a food store and they were $2.69. I got off on a tangent before and forgot to say that. But they're not cheap. So like even the wee yogurts that are like the little glass containers are like usually $2, but these are $2.69 at you know, the health food store. So not really a very cheap product, especially for that one, which I don't really enjoy so far. But maybe this one will be different. So this one's a little thicker, more gloopy. Okay. Oh, I'm getting to the fruit at the bottom. Ah, there we go. Good fruit. This is the mixed berry one, so it's strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. So you can see that. It's definitely not as thin, which is good. And something I like to do with yogurt cups, because I'm an art teacher also, I like to wash them out and use them for paint. So, or you know, painting, or like little water cups. So if you ever have these guys and you need some ideas for them, art is always a good way to go. Okay, so definitely gloopier. It's got a good amount of fruit in there. Take this one off. I just have this pet peeve with the lids where like when you take them off and like if you drop them or something, they get stuck down on the yogurt side and then it's a big old mess. Okay, seems like it's all mixed through. Let's give it a try. Okay, that one is good. Very good. Very, very, very good. Awesome. And I like this one because even though it has double the sugar of this one, which maybe that's just what I'm used to, but I did used to eat Greek yogurt when, you know, pre-vegan, that was not sweetened at all. So I don't know if it's just that I don't think I need it to be sweet, but this one is definitely more palatable. I would actually go as far as to say it's quite enjoyable, actually. The fruit still remains fruity and natural tasting. It doesn't have that like overwhelmingly like sugar taste where it's like no longer fruit anymore. It's just like fruit flavored sugar. So that's really nice. The fruit remains its integrity, or keeps its integrity. The yogurt is nice tasting. I don't have any of that like powdery flavor or texture that I had from the plain one. It's not overwhelmingly sweet. It actually tastes quite natural, and the consistency is better too. Like it stays on my spoon instead of just like flopping all around. See, this one I could take with my lunch in the morning and eat as it is. I'm getting the tiniest bit of that like powderiness, but I'm not offended. It doesn't bother me. And I like that the fruit is nicely pureed. It's not large chunks. Sometimes when I get a yogurt and there's a fruit at the bottom, it doesn't mix in super well because it's like such large chunks. And then when you're eating it, occasionally you'll get like a big chunk of fruit and the ratio is kind of off. I don't know. I'm a big like ratio person with my food too. I like very specific amounts of things together. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. But I enjoy the mixed berry a lot, which means that I'll probably like this black cherry as well. There's lots of yogurt on the lid. Okay, so this one kind of looks like the consistency is very similar to the first one. I think maybe the base for them all is the same, but they just add more sugar and flavoring, and maybe that like masks some of the tartness and weirdness. I don't know. Okay. Got nice fruit at the bottom. Mixing up well. Okay, let's try it. Really similar in color to the last one too. Okay. So the black cherry definitely has like a nice cherry flavor. Totally tastes like cherries. I can definitely differentiate between that and the mixed berry. The color is similar. The fruit is definitely different. And it has a really nice like natural cherry flavor too. It doesn't taste overly processed, overly sugared. It's kind of tart, but there's still a good amount of sugar in here. I'm gonna try to get like a cherry chunk. It has a little bit more of that like tart, powdery flavor that I'm getting from that I got from the plain. Which, because of the other flavors in there, is not offensive. I don't dislike it, but I think my favorite is the mixed berry because it disguises some of those other like not pleasant things with different fruit flavors and, you know, a nice amount of sugar. It's not overwhelming. I do like this product. If I had to rate them from 1 to 10, I would give the plain maybe a 3 because it's not awful. It's just not great. And because of that powdery texture and like the very tart flavor of it. The mixed berry, I'd probably give an 8.5 because it's not like the best vegan yogurt that I've ever had, but it's very, very enjoyable. I love the flavor. I love how natural it tastes. It's not like offensively sweet, which I like. I really like the mixed berry one. And the black cherry, I'd probably give a 6.5 to 7 because the flavor is good. It tastes naturally like cherry, which I like. Not overwhelmingly sweet, but I get a little bit more of the things that I don't like about the plain one in there. I think maybe because there's just one fruit instead of like a bunch of different flavors to kind of cover up that like tartness. So there you have it, Oatly's new yogurts. Oatly, I still love you. I'm still gonna buy all of your stuff. Maybe not the plain yogurt, but definitely the mixed berry. I would absolutely buy, you know, these two again, perhaps when they start to show up in Target and other places that would make them less expensive. For right now, $2.69 for a thing of yogurt is not really my thing. It's a little too much for me, but I'm happy with these products and I will definitely buy them in the future. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that you pick them up. If you do, please let me know how you feel about them. If you find the same textural weirdness that I do with the plain one, let me know. If you have cool uses for them, let me know. Please subscribe and comment, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.